welcome to Great Principles, ma'am. It's an honor to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So, ma'am, beginning with, you have 25 years of experience in this field. So first, we would like to know what made you take up education as your career choice? What was the motivation behind?
I was inspired by some teachers when I was studying, especially in university. So that was a big motivation for me. One of those teachers was Meenakshi ma'am. I am very much influenced by her.
So do you think that you made the right choice by choosing to be an educationist?
Yes, by all means. And I realize it more often when that my decision was correct one for me. When I give any idea, new idea, and I see it taking shape in reality, in the form of students getting involved enthusiastically, and finally at the end, giving the desired result also. That gives me immense job satisfaction.
Absolutely. The only field wherein, we have the opportunity of shaping lives.
Yes, yeah. That is.
Yeah. Yes. So going ahead, ma'am, you're celebrating Silver Jubilee in your career, and it's a long journey. So it is like, a career is considered, especially when it talks about teaching, it is generally considered as a given notion to be a woman's job. So do you think that, is it a woman's job, or it's not like
that? Teaching, especially the school children, it involves a lot of patience and empathy that is required. And as the women have that in abundance, so I feel for teaching school children, women are more suitable as teachers or educators.
Because you need to actually connect to the child, to understand the child, and we have that motherly instinct within us.
Yes. So, and a lot of patience also, a lot of patience required.
So that is the reason that we see many women in the sector.
Yes.
All right. So very brilliantly answered this. It was a little dicey thing. So very nicely explained by ma'am here. Going ahead, ma'am, I as a woman feel strongly positive when women have ability to, as a woman, I feel that I have ability to nurture children. So for you, I would ask you that, is there given a chance that you were to be given any other job other than teaching? What would be that you would have taken?
Maybe I could be a doctor also. These are all noble professions, I think, where women excel. Teaching, nursing, and medical profession. I could be a doctor also, maybe.
So ma'am is someone who really believes in, doing something for others, being the cause to bring a change in others' life. So that is why her inclination is more towards doctor and teaching. All right. So going ahead, ma'am, how do you handle external stress and pressure and still be at your work as a head of a school?
See, over the period of time, during my long journey as an educationist, I have learned the art of concentrating on the present. So whatever the stress is, whatever the pressure is, I keep focused on the work at hand. That keeps my peace of mind also intact, step by step.
So true, ma'am. Especially we women have this habit of thinking a lot. We always, jump into the past and relate things. This had happened that way. Now it is affecting me today. So it's actually a very important message for all the women out there to leave the things, leave what has happened in the past and go ahead with the new enthusiasm for the future and the present.
Yes, whatever we are doing if we are doing it properly with all our attention, I think that does the job.
Absolutely, ma'am. So going ahead, ma'am, what is that educators should do differently to arouse and appease curiosity at school level?
I believe that first job of an educator is to arouse the curiosity and the interest in whatever they want to teach the children, in whatever way. It can be like giving example from real life, stressing on the relevance of that subject in our life. So first job is that, priority is that. And then after that, a step-by-step roadmap should be charted out for the students to follow.
So Basically what happens is what we are observing these days is our children are bombarded with a lot of information. Through Google they are getting information, then they have so much of information around them, but they don't know how to manipulate that information, how to get the right information. And with so much of information, their curiosity is left aside. They're just jumbling and up and down, scrolling. Oh, what is there, what I need to absorb and what I need to leave. So how should we solve this, ma'am?
That is what, like, we can take up any topic like this topic. The teacher wants that the children should be taking interest in. Now, how the teacher has to first show by real life example also, or by stressing that how important this is for us. If we know, if we come to know, or suppose there is a problem which if we are able to solve, how interesting it is going to be, how important it is going to be for us. That is how the curiosity should be aroused.
So make the topic relevant and make the topic interesting for the child to participate. The more he participate, automatically he will try and grasp the concept and learn it better.
Yes, because children have a very logical bent of mind, and if their their questions are answered in a proper way, then they do take interest. But it should not be like just coming and teaching and okay, you have to take interest. Not like that. Their curiosity has to come.
So here we have involved teacher. It lies a great onus on the shoulders of teachers to be very creative in bringing out the because children are born curious. It's just that their curiosity, we as adult only somehow we just suppress it.
Yes, we have to teach them to question why. That is important.
Very much. Our children should come up with why. So on this note, ma'am, you have been bestowed by so many awards and recognitions. So here I would like to know from you, ma'am, which of the applause matters you to the most, out of so many recognitions that you have received, which is one that you are most proud of?
I would say apart from all the awards and accolades, whatever I have been receiving in my throughout my career, when my children, they were toppers in the region and board exams, or they won something at national or international level, I guess those are my happiest moments. That is my real achievement. Or maybe a child who had joined the school as a mediocre child, but if we are able to spot the talent in that child, and finally that child comes across as a very confident. So I think that is an achievement. Those moments are the happiest ones.
So ma'am is a true teacher at heart. For her, there is no other applaud better than seeing her own children doing wonders in their future and, reaching the epitome of their own success.
Yes.
Beautiful. So this makes me to reach to the very interesting segment of the show, which is called rapid fire round. Okay. Here, ma'am, you have to answer in one word only, or maybe a sentence I'll permit.
Okay.
Right. So here goes the first question. Who is your favorite sports celebrity?
Sports celebrity. Virat Kohli.
All right. So ma'am likes cricket?
Yes, very fond of.
How do you like it? Cold coffee or hot?
Cold.
Cold.
Yes.
What's your best cooked and loved recipe?
Recipe. Okay. I'm not a great cook. I cook very occasionally. But I guess I do make this Kabuli chane I do make and have been appreciated by some. I guess that is the one.
So ma'am makes lovely Kabuli chanas. Great. So which city do you love?
City. My all-time favorite is Shimla. I have studied there and otherwise also Shimla is my favorite.
Right. What is your leisure time activity?
Leisure time activity is reading mainly, then surfing the net, music.
Wonderful. So it was really great knowing you on this front. There are a few things which even our students want to know about their ma'am. So what ma'am does when she's not working. So this was some fun facts that we gathered. Going ahead, ma'am, we all look up to someone, when there are lows and highs in everyone's career, and we all look up to someone to motivate us, to inspire us, and, help us come back, make a comeback. So who is that person, that educator in your life who inspires you?
Yes, as I was mentioning in the beginning only, I was greatly inspired by a professor in university, Meenakshi ma'am. The way she uh, taught us, the way she cleared our concepts, the way she conducted herself. She was a role model for us. I was greatly inspired by her.
All right. So, ma'am, what is one trait of her that you like the most?
Her confidence and the way she reached out to students. She related to students. She connected with students. That is.
So it's really important, that is the biggest trait one can have, to connect to students.
Yes.
Because when you connect, that is what you understand what is going on in their mind and how they're working. Yes. So, all right. This brings to me to the very last question of the show. This is also called viewer's choice question. So, ma'am, our viewers have asked, what is the most progressive thing happening today on the educational front, and what would you consider as an unresolvable issue at school level which they are facing right now?
Okay. I will say the most happening thing is technology, especially in the IT sector. This has made education very interesting, highly accessible, and it's ever expanding. So we are always learning. So that is one thing. And if you talk about, say, unresolvable issue, so right now, the biggest issue in front of us is COVID situation, the closure of schools. So it's yet to be resolved. And I hope we'll see better days in future.
I'm talking about the COVID and the unresolved issue that schools are yet closed. So, what is your opinion? Does physical schooling, is it ever going to be replaced completely by virtual schools? Do you think that education going forward can become completely virtual?
No, I even the parents, I keep meeting parents. They are also not. They also are waiting eagerly for the schools to open. Though it is, we know that it is also risky at times. But virtual classrooms can never replace the physical classrooms. Never.
Yeah, because children are missing a lot on emotional quotient. They are missing out their friends, meeting out. Their social quotient is completely, gone today. They are just in front of the cameras full day.
They are losing the connection with the teacher. That is the main thing.
Right. So thank you so much, ma'am, for this lovely answer on how technology has changed. Though it has kept us connected, but still there are gaps which have increased, given
Yes.
that physical touch, that human touch is missing today.
Yes.
Right. So this was, ma'am, it was wonderful talking to you, ma'am, talking about your journey and your triumphs. You have given us a lot of insights on how we can bring curiosity of our children, and, your insights on inspiration was really wonderful. So thank you so much for your time, and it was great talking to you.
Thanks to you, Seema ma'am, and thanks to great principals.